Okay, so tips on what to say when entering a business. First of all, I tend to walk in light. I tend to walk in with maybe a magazine, my media kit. My media kit is nothing more than a map of where I'm mailing to, because that's really what they care about, is where is it and how much. That's really what they're trying to do. I have a little cover letter here for someone who may want to read it. There might be something when you leave it, they might want to look through your literature if there's an interest, and it does a pretty good job selling that, right? I've got a mailing schedule here, and usually I take a yellow highlighter and I highlight just the zone that I'm there to talk to them about. I don't want them to weed through and kind of go, oh my goodness, there's so much stuff here, what am I doing? I want them to come right to the zone that I'm selling. And then I have a price list back here, and I just typically highlight, you know, this 15,000 homes is what I typically highlight, and then I might highlight something about the cost per home, because I'm a big cost per home guy. I don't think it's an incredible value, cost per home. So, but that's what I walk in with. And so, another thing, when I'm walking in the door, I'm not walking in like this. If you're the business owner and I'm coming to see you right now, notice that I'm not basically walking in holding the magazine toward me like this. I need to look at your perspective, and I need to hold it out towards you like this. Well, hold on, it's upside down to me, the salesperson. I know, but you're the audience, right? So walk in, and if you're going to present something to someone, I usually walk in. I don't hand the whole thing to them like this. I just usually walk in, smile, introduce myself, come up to the front and you know, the desk or whatever, and you can kind of usually know if it's a business owner. And they'll look at you, and I just said, hi, how you doing? My name's Jim. I just wanted to introduce myself, local business owner in the area. And they usually go, oh, you know, you're not just passing through selling yellow pages or something, going to go to Iowa next, you know, that kind of thing. So I just usually say, I'm just coming in, local business owner. Have you seen Hometown Values before? And if you're in that market already, and they, oh yeah, I've seen that. I said, yeah. I said, well, we help a lot of local businesses grow and get more customers. That's what I do. People, you have to understand this. When you're talking to a business owner, you have to basically talk about their favorite radio station, WIIFM. What's in it for me? They don't care about your glossy magazine. They don't care about your fancy shirt with embroidery. They really don't care about anything. They care about one thing. You show a business owner how they can do one of three things, they'll typically do business with you. If you can show them how to increase their sales, increase their profits, or cut their cost of goods, you know, reduce their cost of goods in some fashion, they'll typically do business with you. So when I walked in to see Ty as a business owner, I'm like, here's what one of my first questions is, how long have you had your business? And he says, I've had my business 6 years. I said, that's great. Where do you pull most of your customers from? And he tells me, oh, right around here. He usually uses a city or a zip code. I say, gosh, we're mailing to 15,000 homes right around your area. That should seep in a little bit. That's kind of hard to say, oh, let's see, well, this probably wouldn't be a good fit for me. I mean, he just told me where his customers come from, right? I told him that I mail to those customers, like we should get married, right? That's kind of how the thing works. So I want to set an expectation of what's in it for me and use very benefit-rich language when I'm talking to a business owner. I use words like exposure. Are you looking for more awareness, to create more awareness of your products? And I'm very aware, I'm very observant, let's say, when I walk into a business. I walked into a dentist office, and they happened to have a little sign hanging out that said, now offering Saturday evening appointments. That's kind of unique for a dentist. So I walked in, walked up to the office manager, said, hi, my name is Jim. I own this magazine. It mails to 15,000 homes right around here. I notice you guys are now taking Saturday evening appointments. Is that something you're trying to get the word out on? She goes, oh yeah, we just started doing that. She doesn't care about Hometown Values, certainly doesn't care about me, doesn't care about cost per home, my media kit. But guess what she cares about? Now offering Saturday evening appointments, and we got to basically get the word out. So I was nothing more than a conduit to help her spread the message, right? That's basically what I was, is a medium to help her spread the message. So I just talk to people about, what are you looking to do? What are you trying to do with your business? Is there any hot products right now that you're trying to sell? Are there any particular business products you're selling that have a higher margin that you want to make money on? Ty and I have talked about in his ad that he actually does wheel repair. This is cool to actually have a Hometown Values customer as an area publisher. But he does wheel repair ads. And I sold Ty early on, half-page ad. What do you pay for your ad?
$600.
Yeah, $5.96. Sound familiar? I'm not going to discount it. What I did to close the deal, the first issue, 6 years ago, I comped him a header ad. What have I done every issue since?
Charging.
Comped a header ad. That's what I've done. We just closed the deal, and he'll go into another zone occasionally and stuff, but really good margin for him. So we use this to kind of scream another message for him. So let me get back on task, which is what I say when I walk in the door. Ultimately, I don't sell advertising. I don't sell advertising. I sell customers. How about you? How many customers do you want? I've walked in, I've had people say, oh, I've seen that, and they open it up, they say, how much is that ad right there? They point down to the third page, half page, whatever it is, they point down to it. I look them in the eye, I'm excited, I said, that's the best part. When was the last time a salesperson said that's the best part when you talked about price? That's the best part. I said, and then this is what I call framing. I always sell cost per home versus the actual price of the ad to establish a value sense. And I look at them and say, a standard postage stamp is 49 cents now. I can take an ad like this, a third of a page ad, I can print it, I can professionally design this third of a page ad, I can print it in color, I can mail it to someone's home for 3 cents. And they look at me like, wow. I said, now you take 3 cents times 15,000 homes, that's $446 if a person mails quarterly with me. I don't use the word annual, never use the word annual. If you mail on an annual contract with us, an annual agreement, what does annual denote? 12 times a year? I just say, well, hey, we mail every 3 months, every lunar eclipse, it comes out every 90 days. And you have a chance, if you want to reach this other market, it comes out on the opposite month. But ultimately, if you can sell cost per home, 3 cents per home, 2 cents per home, whatever you're at, that's a good thing. The other thing is, there is some engagement. If they're asking you about price, they're interested. I will oftentimes look at my back cover and say, and this is where I get a chance to maybe build some value, talk about our magazine. It's all local merchants, 100% local merchants. There's no national junk mail. There's no Elvis Presley commemorative plates. It's all, no super grow tomato plants. It's all local merchants. That's what makes this a great thing. We also build a local events calendar in our magazine. That local events calendar is something that we try to put a lot of resources in so people have something, and that helps keep the magazine around. Then I ask what I call an obligating question. I say, can you see how a magazine format can extend the life of your sales message, Ty?
Yeah.
Especially if I'm walking in with their Valpak leaf. I'm not going to put Valpak down, but I am going to say, can you see how a magazine format can extend the life of your sales message? They're like going, well, I never thought about that, and that's a good idea. 100% local merchants, we're hyper-local, right? Hyper-local, I've got a magazine format, an events calendar, lots of restaurants, we got a winner. Let's talk about price. The most expensive ad I have in the magazine is my back cover. Why do people buy the most expensive ad? Because this is where we inkjet the address, and this is the first ad people see. Shows up in the mailbox like this, their bills, their letters are in here, and they open it up, then they turn it over. That's how it works. So these are $895 a piece for a half page on the back cover, mailing to 15,000 homes. I looked them in the eye and I said, and we're sold out for the year.
Back cover is the other front page.
There you go. It is the other front cover. But by telling them it's a half page ad and I'm sold out for the year, what have I just done? Set a pretty neat expectation in their mind, like, whoa, that's the most expensive ad he's got. It's got to go below 900 bucks from there. And then we can get into a third page ad at 446 bucks. That's almost half price, wasn't it? From what I just told them before. And it starts to get to be a lot more attractive to people. So talk about the words like exposure, awareness. I can help you deliver your sales message. That's the language we want to use. I don't usually ask who handles your advertising. I ask, who handles your local marketing? Are you guys looking for ways to grow your business? Don't walk in, oh, it handles your advertising. I'm walking in saying, hey, are you guys looking to grow your business? And here's something funny I learned a long time ago. Professionals have clients, right? An Allstate agent has a client. A dentist has a patient. A retail store, grocery store, apparel, salon, they have customers. You don't go into a dentist and say, how many customers are you looking for? You just kind of like, something's wrong there. Use the correct language. Healthcare professionals, chiropractor, podiatrist, dentist, use patients. Professional service merchants, insurance, tax service, real estate, mortgage, they have clients. Guess what? They're all customers, aren't they? But the bottom line is that's an important thing. I'll end with a little story that happened to me once. I took a phone call from a pretty large coffee company called Tully's Coffee that was in the Seattle area, not as big as Starbucks or anything. The director of marketing called me up, says, hey, I'm interested in advertising in your magazine. I get it at my house, I really love it. I'm like, wow, Tully's Coffee calling me. It was like a big deal, like a McDonald's calling me. I said, great. I said, we'd love to have you in the magazine. We have all these different zones. I promote all the zones, not mine. You want to talk about my Lake Steve in the magazine? Who cares about that? Sell them all, man, sell them all. And so he says to me, he says, well, that's great. We'd like to probably do these 4 zones. I said, fantastic. Love to have you. What kind of coupons do you want to run? He goes, well, we don't run coupons. I'm like, I'm a coupon magazine, dude. I mean, what are we going to do here? He goes, well, we run some promotions. I'd probably like to do a couple promotions. The first one would be $1 off a cup of coffee. And I go, oh, that's a great promotion. What other, it didn't take me long, right? Just like you. What other promotion do you want to run? He goes, well, we'd like to have, buy 1 coffee, get the second one free. I'm thinking in my mind, sounds a whole lot like a coupon to me, but this is, Tully's Coffee, so it is a promotion. So when I've now learned, when I talk to a higher end business, a dentist, are there any promotions you look to offer?
Well, I've run into a bunch of restaurants on the east side right now that they're telling me, we don't do discount marketing. But I see them send out gift cards. This is a prepaid $10 gift card. You have to buy, it's only good if you buy at least
Cameron,
$50.
they're lying to you.
Well,
What they're basically
it's the
doing-
terminology thing. It's the same thing they're talking to you.
It's a terminology thing. If you can build the value, they will typically do it. I've had guys, I have a nice restaurant, higher end restaurant in Monroe, Washington. I'm out of time, so I'm gonna tighten up here, but that guy won't run a coupon. What he'll do is he'll run a promotion, and he runs, steak and lobster, $29 or whatever, 19 bucks a plate. That's a big half-page ad. There it is right there. Boofy's got it. It just says, $19.95 steak and lobster. You don't need the coupon, you don't need the ad to come in, it's just there. But that's what he wanted to deliver his sales message to people. So what I can say when you walk in the door, be a little bit excited, right? Because death repels, okay? Be excited, because you can't get, if you can't get excited, they're not going to be excited, right? Because sales is a transference of feeling. So I would just say, go in with confidence, do your best to build value, present cost per home, and ask for the order. Thank you. Okay, so